I don't know about y'all, but I prefer the separate option. Yeah, I prefer the separately option. And I'm not saying that it's right, but my opinions were derived from experiences that my close family and friends went through, and I personally just stuck with that. But it's okay for me to be talking like this because I'm not married. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Hi everybody, welcome to Naturally Candid. If you are new to my channel, my name is Shannon. If you haven't already, please to go over, hit the like, subscribe and notification bell so you can always know when I upload. Alright y'all, we have some interesting and important things to talk about today, and as the title already told you, we will be talking about money and relationships. This is definitely something that can cause arguments in relationships. And based on my research, I have found that there are 3 ways that couples manage their finances, and that is through separate accounts, joint accounts, or a combination of both separate and joint accounts. I don't know about y'all, but I prefer the separate option. Yeah, I prefer the separately option. And I'm not saying that it's right, but my opinions were derived from experiences that my close family and friends went through, and I personally just stuck with that. But it's okay for me to be talking like this because I'm not married. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. In marriages and relationships though, compromise will have to take place. So a combination would be the preferred option, being that it will now become a team effort, but we will be getting into the pros and cons of each system. Here are some tips to help you figure out the best option for you and yours, along with the pros and cons. If you're liking the content so far, well, now we're on, go hit the like and subscribe button and make a chat down in the comment section. Firstly, honesty is very crucial to a relationship, and I mean honesty with everything. Everything. That includes money. Money can be one of the most difficult topics for couples, especially when you're moving from a single life to now a life with somebody else. It can become so difficult. However, when you guys come up with an amicable agreement or a solution, it becomes easy. And one of the factors that can make it easy for you to weather the storm is to maintain honesty right through, because if you don't maintain the honesty and then your partner finds out about the lies you've been telling about money, then it's going to lead to further disruptions in your relationship. So don't take it for granted, all right? Because trust is like a glass. When it is broken, it cannot go back to where it was. So you want to ensure that you're honest to maintain the trust. When 2 becomes 1, it's highly likely that income differences will enter the relationship, and in some cases, debt too. So money management with separate accounts might be comfortable at first, especially when you are accustomed, like myself, when you are accustomed to be managing your finances on your own. It can definitely help with that, and it takes away from even you and your partner arguing a lot, because at this point you will be managing separate finances, so there will be no clash of the titans for who spent too hard or who is buying this and that and whatever. So that's a pro. It limits the spender versus saver conflicts that might end up in the relationship. Separate accounts though will require way more communication, as they will know, you and your spouse will know, have to determine who will spend what, who will buy what, who will pay what bill. So yeah, it requires way more communication. Keeping track of who owes who can also be a lot of work, so that's definitely a con. This method is probably the easiest of all methods, because it provides a centralized space for the family money to be carried around and benefit all its members. All expenses and spending can be on one spreadsheet, and it doesn't have to be uploaded every single minute or updated every single minute like the separate accounts. However, if your partner is a huge spender, using a joint account might not be the best option, because it will lead to arguments, which leads to resentment, then worst case scenario, a breakup. This method may be complicated, but may also be the best and preferred option for some. The idea of this is to have all monies sent to one joint account for payments, expenses, savings and investments, and amongst other things that might come up. So that's the idea, for it to be sent to one joint account, and then after all those things that are needed for the household and for payments and bills and expenses and all that, then a percentage is sent to each account. The monies that is sent to each personal account will allow for each partner to be able to purchase anything that they want or do anything that they want to do with that money. That money is not restricted. However, the percentage that will be sent will have to be discussed by you and your spouse to eliminate conflicts. With this account, you have the ease of tracking your spending, and you also are free to purchase what you want without even have to account for it. But that is after the percentage has been sent to your separate accounts. The con to this one, though, is that having to receive a percentage of the money that you've earned for the month can kind of seem like it's an allowance that you're being paid after you work so hard, and this tends to rub some people the wrong way sometimes. So at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong way to really manage your finances as a couple, but out of those three ways, you can definitely select one that best suits you. What might work for some might not work for all, but at the end of the day, with proper planning, communication, trust, and decision making, will lead to a fruitful relationship free of money arguments. That's it, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.